What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the Andis Revite clipper. Now, I previously did an unboxing video on this machine and I hadn't used it when I unboxed it. I just wanted to get a video out there, but it's been about a week of using this machine. Now, I've come up with a list of a few pros and cons, and I just want to share my opinion and ultimately give you a yes or no on whether you should buy it or whether it's worth it and what it's useful for. So, pros of this clipper: it's actually much quieter than I initially thought when I first turned it on. Very easy to think something's really loud when you're in a quiet studio, but in a barbershop, it is actually one of the quietest clippers I own. When it comes to use of this clipper, its strong suits are removing bulk and any heavy cutting. The fade blade on this is spectacular. It actually is the best from zero to the open blade when you're doing a fade or something. It's the best clipper I have that can do that job. So in that sense, if you were a person to use multiple clippers in the same haircut, you wanted something that's really good at removing the trimmer line, because this gets very close. I have zero gapped it and it gets super close to that trimmer, and when you go open blade, blending in between that is awesome and super easy. The main issues are the guards that they come with. Before we get into cons, let me finish off the list of pros. Battery life is awesome. I don't ever think I even needed to charge these. Whenever I finished the day or for a little break, I would plug them in, and it held up all day, all week. Never saw them get low, and they went through quite a few haircuts. And I also let some of the other barbers in the barbershop use it just to see different perspectives and different opinions, not just mine. Everybody in the shop pretty much saw the same results, that the fade blade's awesome. From 0 to a half, it is the best clipper that there is right now, in my opinion, that I've used, but there are some drawbacks. Now, when it comes to the cons of this clipper, one of the pros I mentioned was the sound. It is very quiet, but that's almost a con as well, because it's so quiet. It actually doesn't have like any type of sound when it actually cuts the hair. The hair just touches the blade and it's gone, but you have no auditory sound of cutting, just like a master has, or like my last clipper review I did of the Babeless Low Pro. That one, you hear every single hair it cuts, so it's really satisfying to do a fade and know when you get your corner in there, you know you're cutting hair, you know you're actually doing something instead of just hovering over nothing. So if there was a better sound of like the cutting, that would be nice, but I can't complain because it is a quiet machine. But that's the smallest con. A big one, which is something most people don't really even think about, is the button on the side. So this button is made of metal, which you would think is a very good thing, and it is, because it's going to hold up, but so is the case, and then the top part is plastic, and it's all super smooth. If the button had a little bit more of like a texture to it, it'd be nice, because you find yourself trying to turn on the clipper and just sliding off of the button all the time. It's really not ideal when it comes to something quick, when you're turning off the machine, turning it back on multiple times throughout the cut. It's something most people don't really notice. Little minor pro, this lever being metal is awesome. It holds up pretty well. But yeah, that button's pretty rough to use. Wall has the best buttons. Even Babeless has on their Low Pro. I didn't even mention in the video, their button's not ideal. Wall Seniors, Magic Clips, stuff like that, their button to turn on the machine is much, much easier. I've used the machine quite a few times, and so have other barbers in the shop, like I said before. And about the guards, last video, when I unboxed this, I did not know whether or not any other guards fit on this. So I can say now, wall guards don't fit on this machine. Neither do the purple double magnetic guards. The single magnetic Andis guards do actually fit on this clipper. It's not the easiest thing to do, but they are on there, and there's no play or anything. So technically, you could use the single magnetic guards. Now, I only have the 1.5 and the 0.5. Definitely some weird guards to have, to be completely honest, but I'm sure if I had the full set, I don't even know if they make a full set, but if they do, I'm sure these are going to be way better than the guards you get with this machine. So their guards are plastic. They're pretty good build quality wise, but they're really not ideal. I don't know what it is. They're very difficult to put on and take off, which is in a sense a good thing, because you don't want it to come off mid haircut, and I'm sure over time it will get easier as well. But that's pretty much where the pros end when it comes to these guards. They weren't the most fun to cut with. They were definitely not the easiest to use. I don't know why, they just don't pick up the hair like I thought they would. Maybe other people have better luck. I just haven't had the best time using the new guards that came with it. So that con would be fixed if a full set of single magnetic purple guards is out and you can get them and you use them for this. That would solve that issue 100%. Now, another major thing is the detachable blade. I didn't use it at all, partly because I don't have the other detachable blade, so there's no reason to use it. But I really don't know of any situation that you would want to switch this out for. Because if it has guards and it opens and closes, you would just use the guards to go higher. A taper blade is essentially like a non-zero gapped blade, and this from zero to open is the best clipper I've ever used. Now, when you start going with the guards is when it gets rough, so I don't think using a taper blade is going to help you in any way. I recommend if someone was to buy this, always get the fade blade instead of the taper blade. So get the black one instead of the white one. It's just better, and it's, if you're doing skin fades and stuff, this is going to help you way more than a taper blade will. The only time I really think a detachable blade is useful is when they're all different sizes. Now, if Andis had a couple sizes that would all lead into each other, it would be much easier to justify buying this machine for the detachable blade feature. But as of right now, it's just an innovation that's just not being used. So to sum this up, it's just a quick video to explain everything I've felt when I used it and to explain some of the opinions of the other barbers that have used it as well at the barbershop. Now, it is a good clipper. It's very well made. Battery works well. So if you really wanted a clipper and you really like Andis, I think the Masters are better, but they are more expensive. And I think these, for the price, they're definitely not the best bang for buck, but I'm sure with the future going towards maybe detachable blades, or even if you can get the purple guards to be used and they're good guards, then I think they might be a good clipper to use. Considering there are tons of options in this world of different clippers, I don't necessarily think this is the best option. So for $200 plus shipping for just this and the guards, not getting the other detachable blade, which is $50, I wouldn't personally purchase it. But everybody has different opinions, and if you do like it, then you might want to try it out. You might want to get it. It's not a bad clipper to have. It's definitely a more than capable backup or anything like that. Or it's something that you can add to the arsenal of clippers to use specifically for a skin fade, and if you're having difficulty getting rid of trimmer lines or anything like that in the lower skin area, this is definitely going to help you out a lot. But majority of the time, I find myself just reaching for either the Low Pro or even the Andis Master. The Andis Master is way better than this. I would much rather pay the extra, get the better guards, get the better machine, and just deal with the battery life. Cool, so that was a quick review of the Andis Revite. Let me know what you think. If you've used it, write a comment, let me know how it went and what you would change, or if you would change anything. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any more ideas for future clippers you want me to review, just let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.